Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 909B. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello, everyone.
All right, what's up, Chris?
What's up, people?
What do we got, Chris?
Well, we got pretty much official confirmation today. Princess Leia will not be rendered into CGI in any upcoming Star Wars films, for now anyway. So that came directly from the Star Wars website, which of course is run, I believe, by still Lucasfilm and Disney. So that's basically official confirmation that it won't be like it was in Rogue One with Tarkin and younger Leia.
Let me ask you a question now. I mean, I know you read more about it than I did.
Mm-hmm.
Was this a mutual decision, or was it the estate of Carrie Fisher decision?
I don't remember exactly what the website says. I believe that they were just speaking for themselves in that site, but
Okay.
I don't remember exactly. I'm assuming it was probably a mutual decision behind the scenes.
Right.
I think it was the right move.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
But like we were talking about before, no disrespect to Carrie Fisher or her family or anything, but it really makes you wonder what they're going to do with Episode 9 now.
Yeah, and I got to say that if they would have done that, even though I guess we wouldn't have had a problem with it, we probably would have had a problem with it when it happened because it probably would have been too painful to see.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we would have been able to handle that. So
I wouldn't have had an issue with it if they would have said that they were going to CGI her into the movie. Yeah, you have to think, yes, she did pass away, and it, it's unfortunate. However, I think if we could have asked her before she passed away if this was okay with her, she probably would have been like, yeah, do it.
But again, at the end of the day, I honestly think, and I could be wrong, but I honestly think that she dies in Episode 8. And I'm concerned that the stuff that she filmed, that they'll be afraid to show. Because they'll feel, oh, now she dies as the character. Is this what we want to do? Which there is no other way to do it. I mean,
Look at Hartman in the Toy Soldiers or whatever that movie was called. He was killed by his girlfriend or wife, and then they had to go and reshoot something different for that movie.
and this can't be a Paul Walker type of thing where she's alive but she's not on screen. That won't work either.
No.
So I honestly think that her character dies in 8. I mean, I feel the way they were talking about it, that it's got to be like a sad ending or Empire ending or something. If that rumors are true, I would have thought that Luke would have lived to 9 and Princess Leia die in 8. But again, we really don't know what the. And I really
do.
Yeah.
If they do her death in 8, and due to what happened to her, I know how this is going to sound. I hope they do it off camera.
I hope it's honorable death, where how unlike Han Solo, where if something does happen, she gets hers with whoever did it or whatever. Like she'll take out a whole, First Order, like Star Destroyers or something or whatever.
Do sort of like a kamikaze type of thing.
I don't know. But the thing is, what else was I going to say with this? Because I just don't want them to take the footage away from us that she filmed. I feel that should be left alone. And if we don't get that, then I don't know how the movie would be.
Okay, then would you have them save it for the Blu-ray, or would you want to have them?
No, because you know what? I mean, I would just...
Or the extras in the DVD.
Here's the thing, all right? I would just leave it the way it is, Episode 8. And then if it is that she does live, they could do a thing where the ship that she gets blown up or something gets blasted or something, like sort of her father did in New Hope, died on Alderaan, sort of like that. I just don't want them to take any... I'm hearing that there may be really amazing scenes, interaction between her and Luke and her and Kylo Ren, and I kind of want to see her in that without edited, What about you, Chris?
I don't think she has any scenes with them, to be honest with you, in 8. I don't
Really?
think she had any at the beginning because from what I heard from, I believe it was from Making Star Wars, she didn't have a big part in 8.
I thought she
So
had a huge part in 8.
No, 9 she was supposed to have a huge part.
Oh.
From what I heard from the early rumors, she was not going to have a huge part in 8. So I think if that's true,
So in other words, all that stuff about having a bigger role, that's not true?
for 9 was true. For 8, we don't know. But the early rumors that came out from credible sites said she has a small role, and then her part gets taken over by Laura Dern's character. So I think that's the way to go. Personally, if you're going to ask me, I'd say that either she dies in 8 or her fate is left ambiguous until 9, where they say, yes, she did die in something. I think that would possibly be the easier way to go. But again, not knowing, because we really don't know anything about Episode 8's main story. Like, we don't have a synopsis. We don't have anything. We're just hearing bits and pieces of things that may or may not be true. But from the sites that have been credible, her and Ren may have had 1 or 2 scenes together. And I didn't hear anything about her and Luke having a scene together. So, I mean, maybe they did because we know that they were on set together. Maybe that's what they're going to do. Maybe they're going to rework that scene where her and Luke meet up and that's when she dies. You know, she dies with him there, or
Like she dies in his arms or something?
something like that, you know. Who knows? You know, personally, in my opinion, I think they should open up 8 or 9. I should say 9. With if they're gonna have Leia die, I think that they should open up 9 with like a joint funeral for her and Han Solo. Kind of like close that out. You know, Luke's there, Rey's there, Poe, Finn, all of them, and then whatever.
They could have, if we're gonna go that way, then have Ren like off in the background, attending but not attending. Sort of like he feels bad about killing, of course, Han, but yet he doesn't have the heart to be able to come up because he's afraid of what will somebody will do.
If he's still on the dark side by 9, if they can't do that, what they could do is they could intercut a scene where you see him maybe on the finalizer or whatever, which is his Star Destroyer, and maybe you see him like look down because he knows it's like the funeral's happening or something like that. Like he senses that it's happening or you know, something like that.
And somebody be coaxing him like, do it now. Take out your enemies with one fell swoop.
He doesn't.
And I was going to say, too, you know, for Han Solo, because I hope they do a funeral scene for Han Solo in 8 or 9. What I was saying that they could do is, yes, it might be a little corny, but, it would work in the Star Wars universe. Have his tomb look like the Millennium Falcon.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
If at least in silhouette, but not in like.
I don't mean like literally the whole ship. I mean maybe like part of it or something like that. You know, have it. You know, do that.
All right. I just wonder how this movie's going to be. I'm wondering if they're going to cut it to pieces. I mean,
Let's hope not. Let's hope they don't shred it because they'll.
I mean, it's done. It's done. The movie's done.
It's not done.
It's not done?
It's not done. It's in post-production, but it's not done.
Well, I mean, they all shot their scenes already.
Yeah, but they always have to do reshoots and whatnot. So.
All right. Do we know a running time?
Nope.
All right.
We're gonna get more information probably at Star Wars Celebration. I think a little while before then we'll get the title. I think the first teaser maybe we'll get a short one before then. But I think definitely if we don't have one by the time Star Wars Celebration comes around, we'll get it at Celebration. They'll do it there.
Rogue One is at, 922?
Oh, yeah.
And it's dropping a lot now, faster than I expected. 1.5 million a day now or less, out of nowhere. I guess it's been out a while. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we're approaching the middle of January, so I mean.
January 15th is what, a month?
Yeah. Tomorrow.
Well, yeah, we're the 14th. Yeah. So, could it make $1 billion? I think it can somehow.
I don't think it has to.
Yeah, it doesn't have to, but I think it's gonna. I mean, we still have numbers overseas. I mean, people at 5 million here, 5 million here, 5. It's like it adds up. I guess. I mean, hopefully. Anything else going on?
Star Wars wise, or
anything wise, news wise in general?
Well, Star Wars wise, I don't think there's anything going on. I haven't seen too much news myself today. I know that the big news was definitely the
Well, that was huge, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna screen share something, but first I'm going to get Daniel in here because I know he wants to talk about Star Trek, and it would be only right. So let me just give him the link before we start the Star Trek news. And again, it is big news because it affects probably slightly The Walking Dead. Because Sasha from The Walking Dead character.
Oh, jeez, of course.
Basically,
Captain of the
Sasha's doomed.
Sasha gets beamed out of the Walking Dead universe. Yeah. She gets beamed out of the Walking Dead universe and beamed onto a starship.
Plot twist: The Walking Dead is a prequel, though Star Trek.
Yeah. It's from the Mirror universe. So hopefully Daniel could come in here, I hope. If not, all right, we're going to have to go without him. Let me just screen share this puppy. And I love it how they made the graphics of her in the Starfleet suit. If you could see that.
Yeah.
Look at that. That is cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Next generation.
So, well, not Sasha, the actress, So, basically, they're basically going under a name of Green Harvest, and they're going to be starting to film. It's going to run from January 24th to September 7th. Wait a minute now. I have a question about this. Because I thought it was supposed to start in May. How could it start in May if it's still filming? Daniel, when is the Star Trek Discovery start airing? In December?
In May, that's what they say.
Can't be May.
I know.
It's impossible. It's got to be December.
Unless they're gonna air the first half.
I'm gonna say December. There's no way you're done filming the season on September 7th.
Mm-hmm.
How could you air that in May? I mean, that's not. What did you hear, Daniel? I mean, that's basically of Star Trek. That's what you heard. The same thing, right?
I heard the same thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure this out because I know they delayed it, right, Daniel? It was supposed to be airing when? In March, or was it May originally?
No, actually, no. Originally, it was supposed to be. They were supposed to start filming in September for a January release, but now they kind of.
Now they're saying May. I say December. Honestly, I don't see. I mean, again, I don't have a date, so your guess is as good as mine. But she is going to be filming. Right now, they're filming. I think the finale of Walking Dead, or close to it, for Series 7, Season 7. And then she's going to have to start filming Season 8 soon. But she's going to probably die in the finale. Season 7. Walking Dead.
Well, you remember there was this thing in the comic where someone crashed. I don't know. One of Rick's group crashed through Negan's gate, and then Negan captured her. And then what he did was he infected her, and then he put a bag over her head. And then he brought her back to Alexandria.
Was that Sasha?
Yes, I don't know. But then they removed the bag. Like they got the person back. They removed the bag, and then they found out. Oh my God, it was a walker, and then she started infecting everybody. So they're thinking maybe that could be the way down.
So, I mean, obviously, she's going to have to make a decision real fast. Obviously, she made the decision. She's going to be in Star Trek Discovery. So she's going to have to film her death scene soon. Unless I don't see her being able to do both. And they're both in two completely different parts. One's in Georgia, right? And one's in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way she's going to have to die in the finale of Walking Dead.
Mm.
I'm sorry.
So they can write her back in if this series bombs.
Well, not really. You can't write her in when she's dead unless they do a mystery where did she go type of thing, which I don't think they're going to do that with her. You know? Yeah. I don't think Star Trek's going to do well either.
What?
I don't think Star Trek Discovery's going to do well at all. But
it's not really a prequel when you think about it, because this is like, remember what you said? You said like
I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know what it is.
It's not. All right, like I said, I know it's going to be kind of geeky, but the original timeline was TOS, TNG, DS9, Voyager, and the TOS and TNG movies, and then in First Contact they went with the Borg, and Enterprise E went back in time and created an alternate timeline, a coexisting parallel timeline that doesn't erase anything. It's just its own thing. It's like kind of like a branch from a tree. A branch.
I don't know if I agree with that.
So like Enterprise was a sequel to First Contact, and Discovery is a sequel to Enterprise.
I don't know.
They're continuing on in this new timeline, and it's a completely new thing. It's not a prequel. It's a new timeline.
I don't even think it's the timeline from the Prime Universe. I think it's a completely different timeline.
And you remember what you said? Remember what you said last time? Like, well, this was like way, way back. You said, because that can't be true because, like, in the last episode, what was the last episode called again?
For what?
These Are the Voyages? Yeah, These Are the Voyages. You were like, well, they show the Enterprise D in These Are the Voyages. Yeah, but you forgot to notice that this isn't.
You're watching the holodeck of the Enterprise Adventures, which you don't even know if that's accurate to begin with.
No, I know, but I'm saying that isn't the Enterprise D that we know from the original timeline. That's the Enterprise D from the Enterprise's future timeline.
No, it is. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It was taking place between second and third season of Next Generation. They said it.
I mean, that's the only way you can
the differences. Listen, I know we're a bunch of geeks right now. But like when we're talking about this, like we're a real bunch of geeks. And people are like, oh, stop, you damn nerds. Listen, the thing is that whatever the F it is, I don't think it's the actual timeline of Kirk and Next Generation. I think they're doing their own shit because it's before Kirk's time and you have a Klingon captain, and that's impossible.
No, that Klingon captain will be from a Klingon ship.
But it's impossible. They don't get along. They're at war. They're enemies. It's the different time period. It's like hundreds of years before they even talk.
Yeah, but it's like a sequel to Enterprise.
It's not what any Trekkie that followed the original would believe, because in that time period they are the enemy. There is no even consideration of working together with them like Next Generation, where Worf is on the damn bridge. It's a totally different century or two off where their mindset is that the Klingons are enemies, and it's not like Kumbaya type like that.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. This is going to be the enemy.
I don't even know what it's about. Seriously, Discovery, and I don't even know if I'm going to watch it because I don't like going backwards. The whole point of Gene Roddenberry is to go forwards. He doesn't want to go backwards because you want to see how technology advances, how civilization advances. You don't want to see where it's less perfect when they go back, where they have a rope attaching to a ship instead of a tractor beam, and then things get boring. So I want to go ahead. I want to see after Voyager. That's what I want to. Nobody wants to see this except for that jerk that came up with the concept and the other guy. I mean, nobody wants to see it.
I think it was Brian Fuller.
But that's their own stupid weakness. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, Nicholas Meyer said something like, as a writer, he's always looking for gaps in the chronology.
Oh, you don't want that? Then they're idiots. They forget about filling gaps. I don't want to fill out gaps. I want to go to the future. I don't want
he said by doing this, it'll give him.
No, but that's him. He's a nerd. He's a nerd. He wants to just satisfy his own, oh, that's what happened in the Star Trek timeline. No, I don't care about the hole. Because then you make more holes. When you try to clog one hole, it'd be like a damn dam bursting. You put the gum on one part of his light sky, it's like water coming out of the dam and every other thing, and then before you knew it, you screw up the whole timeline because you confuse the shit out of the fans. I don't want that. I don't want to have a headache when I'm watching Star Trek. I want to just not know what the F is happening. It's in a whole different timeline in the future. Who's the enemy? Who's the good guy? I have no clue because I want it to be that far ahead.
Yeah.
I don't want to be because then when it's in the past, then I'm picking. Because I'm like, nope, Kirk encountered that villain. Nope, this happened. I don't want to do that. Because then I'll really dissect it and I really want to enjoy it. So I want it to be, forget about the past, go to the future, new crew, new Enterprise, new thing, or a different ship, whatever. But I don't want to go to the past. There's no purpose to do that. And nobody wants that. I'm going to tell you right now, this very small percentage. When you talk to any Star Trek fan at a convention, what do they want to see? Oh, what happened after the Voyager? What happened in the Prime Universe? What happened, whatever. They don't want to have anything to do with the movie.
They're going to do that in an episode, I can see it, but I agree. I don't want to go back and if they're going to do a proper past episode or past series, then stick with the heritage of it instead of trying to trying to introduce new characters altogether that nobody really knew or cared about.
I'm going to give you an example, Daniel, the best way I know how. Chris is going to help me, right, Chris?
What are we doing?
Okay, we're going to give the best example on why I think I'm right with this, what we're talking about, Daniel. I don't know if you're paying attention, but there's going to be a new show, Scott and Chris and Daniel, called Krypton. And it's about the adventures. It's about the adventures of Superman's grandfather.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
So now, Chris, do you give a rat's ass what happened to Superman's grandfather?
Not at all.
Want to know why you don't give a rat's ass about it? Because they're all dead. The planet blew up. No matter what they do, no matter what romances they have on Krypton, even if you turn Krypton into the soap opera General Hospital on Krypton, they're all dead. So there's no interest whatsoever in a show where they're all going to die anyway. They should have just called it Pointless. But we're going to get it, and that's what I'm trying to tell you, Daniel. Nobody gives a shit.
It's not even that, like, I don't mind that they're all dead. It's just who cares?
I mind because
Superman's grandfather. Okay, why don't we do a show about Superman or another Kryptonian that survived? Why do we have to go back to Superman's grandfather? You know what I'm saying? I don't care. It's just like Gotham. I don't care what happened during Bruce Wayne's childhood except for two things: he fell down into that well and saw the bats, and his parents got shot. Okay,
yeah, that's all we know, and
it's an alternate timeline.
Yeah, I don't need to see Bruce Wayne getting up for school and brushing his teeth and learning about parabolas and calculus. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Batman time, please.
And the whole thing that's wrong with Gotham is they're trying to show you all the Flash now while he's a child, and the end result of that universe is going to be that all the villains are either going to be dead or they're going to be wearing Depends and they're going to be 60 or 70 years old by the time he becomes Batman.
I don't know why that show is so popular. To me, it ruins the idea that Batman makes most of his villains, which is possibly the most intriguing part of the story, is that he's trying to do so much good and yet he creates so much evil inadvertently.
It's focusing more on Commissioner Gordon, so they just call it Gordon.
Seriously. With their own villains that they make or something,
There should have been not one villain of his.
But anyway, I mean, I don't want to get off topic. You guys are talking about Star Trek, so.
But that's my point, though. That's my point. People don't care about that. It's the new generation now, they're all right. They're seeing Kirk, with the cool graphics and everything from this timeline in these movies, and it's cool, right? They're taken to it. But do they want to go further back than that? And do they even know that we're hundreds of years ahead of Kirk? Not really, because they don't really probably pay attention that there's a Voyager or Deep Space Nine or Next Generation. So they don't want to go backwards.
Yeah, I get it, what they're trying to say. They want to move away from the conflictless Next Generation because they found the 24th century too conflictless and peaceful. I get it, but...
It's going to bomb, Daniel.
I know. What I'm saying is...
This is going to be the first bomb.
Yeah.
And it's going to do a nice blow to Star Trek, I'm going to tell you right now.
If this show fails, it's not coming back for another 15, 16 years probably.
It's over.
And the fact they want to put it on CBS Demand on top of that.
That's stupid, too.
And you know what? The only thing... Either that, or they're going to run to J.J. Abrams and they're going to say, Mr. Abrams, you wanted to do a TV series?
You don't want to do it. He wants movies. I'm going to tell you right now what's going to happen. They're going to put 4 out. It's going to do phenomenal. And then they're going to do a 2-part Mirror Universe movie or something. They're going to have 6 movies, this crew. They're going to have at least 6 or 7.
Well, I heard that Abrams wanted to do a TV series, but CBS wouldn't let him.
Not doing it. Why would you go backwards? If you're getting motion pictures where you get $200 million budgets, why would you want to go to a budget of $1 million for an episode? Why don't you continue the movies?
Well, he did have a couple of successful TV shows.
But they're successful, the movies.
Yeah, but you could still do television and be successful.
Actually, from what I'm hearing, they're doing less and less every time. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I mean, look at Beyond. I mean, I saw Beyond and I didn't mind it, but then again, I'm not a Star Trek guy, so I was looking at it as just a movie. But that didn't do as hot as they wanted it to.
I know, but it still was a success.
I mean, I wouldn't count J.J. Abrams out from doing television because he does have a firm grasp on the idea of television.
Yeah, that's true.
Usually.
Look at Alias.
Well, usually, but he's not going to do Star Trek when he's going to be doing movies. And I honestly think they're going to try to outdo what William Shatner did, where he had, 6? Well, technically, he had 7 movies because he had Generations he did appear in there. So they're going to do 7 or 8 in total of this new crew. I think it's going to happen. I honestly think they're going to do that many.
Joe.
Yes.
Whatever happened to that really cool pitch you told me about a long time ago? Remember?
It was a pitch that I threw out there, but it's not going to happen because this timeline's successful.
No, I know, but you said something like all the timelines are going to converge, and we're going to have.
They could have did something cool, but now it's off the plans. They want to.
No, I know. Like, where did you hear that from?
I don't remember. It was like a while. You're talking about 3 or 4 years ago. We're talking about this on the cast. I don't know.
I mean, but that sounded pretty darn.
But things are different now. I mean, characters are older. I mean, Patrick Stewart's getting up there. Mm-hmm. They're all getting up there, and that wouldn't work now. Mm-hmm. They can't even do half the stuff that they want to do. I mean, look at the way they're portraying Patrick Stewart in Logan movie. I mean, he's not that like he's old, but he's not that inactive compared to his character is. They're making it so. Yeah. But they all get old. Stan Lee can't even. He's doing his last convention period because he's 94. That's it. For him to do a convention is dangerous. Because he's hard to move around. He can't. He's not even going to be doing cameos soon. So it happens, and it's sad. It really is. But we'll see what happens.
If this show doesn't do well, then it's pretty much over.
I mean, I wouldn't wish bad things on a show that I love, but this is not a show that I know. This Discovery, and how could it be Discovery if we, it's just I don't know. It's like these people. They get these. It wouldn't be cool if, like we always talk about, right, Chris? Wouldn't it be cool?
You gotta get the graphic made, man. I'm telling you,
we gotta do it. Like the guy that says, "Wouldn't it be cool if John McCain from Die Hard was always like Die Hard type before Die Hard 1?" No, it's like, come on, it's just ridiculous. I don't care about that. And
it's thrown into that situation, and.
I mean, now we're going Beverly Hills Cop is going to start cursing again. Okay. He's going to be rated R, Axel Foley, whatever, cursing and everything. He's older now. Bad Boys 3 and 4. I mean, what are they going to be, walkers? I mean, how old are they now? They're going to be running around leaping. Will Smith needs his franchise, I guess. He's got Dumbo the Elephant. So, we'll see what happens with that.
Oh, you know,
Bad boy. What are they going to do? Meet the Golden Girls and have them investigate the old folks' home? What?
Will Smith needs franchises. Because the DC Cinematic Universe may not happen the way he hopes, right, Chris? I mean,
well,
we don't know.
It didn't happen the way any of us hoped.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
If the heroes can't have movies, why don't we have villains have movies? Yeah, okay, that's not going to work out either.
The thing is, everybody, I know they panned it, but still it seemed to me that the villain movie was a lot better than that Batman versus whatever you want to call it.
And don't even ask me what's happening with the Watchmen in the comics. And my son asked me, Anthony, I have no idea. I read the Rebirth thing. I can't get into that. So I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. I know the heroes' origins got mixed up and screwed up because of aliens or something. And Superman's dead, but he watched himself die, but then he's not dead, but he's with Lois Lane with a kid, but then she has his powers, and then the other Superman, Clark, is alive. I don't know. I have no idea what's happening, and it is more confusing to me than anything Marvel could do.
Because somebody wiped everybody's mind.
It is more confusing to me than anything Marvel could do, and that's it. But, look, you know what? That's why I can only stick with one company, and it's going to be Marvel. You know, even though I complain about it sometimes, but yeah, at least I know half the time what's going on. And now the Green Lantern movie, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
What's that about? Like, I think that's called Plan C. I think.
Well, I guess that's
Plan
That's Plan C.
That's gonna be like their not Guardians of the Galaxy ish movie, but it's gonna be their movie that I guess expands literally the DC universe.
Right, because that's the Plan C, because the Plan B of Suicide Squad, Villain Squad doesn't work, because that's the
Plan B is Plan C is the Justice League. This would be Plan D, technically.
Well, Plan A sucked.
Mm-hmm.
Plan B was what? Suicide Squad?
Well, yeah.
That sucked. Plan C is Justice League?
I would assume so.
And Plan D is, yeah. Keep going.
Pray for a miracle.
We got 26 letters.
No, Plan D is let's hope Marvel goes into bankruptcy.
I'll tell you what, though.
Disney? No.
I'll tell you what, though. These DC movies, as much as we complain about them, they make money enough to keep warranting movies.
There's not that much of a profit margin, even though they make so much movies, because it costs $700 million to make.
No, it doesn't matter, though. They make the movies back, and Warner Brothers goes, make more. Make more.
So long as people are willing to open up their wallets and pocketbooks to go see them.
This is what I'm saying. Things are not going to change unless they have a movie that people say, I'm not going, and they don't make any money or barely anything off of it, and then they go, oh, we screwed up this universe. But until that time, people are still going to see. I mean, the casual fans are going to go in because it's a superhero movie, so I don't blame them. The people that I blame are the people that look at these movies and say, wow, that's going to suck, and they still go see it.
And the great thing is when you go to have a Batman party for your son, and your son gets the stick and he sticks it in the fire thing, and then he burns some kid's asshole because Batman burns fucking people, then you know something's fucking wrong. Because Batman doesn't really do that with a Brandon eye.
That was hilarious in that movie.
Fucking unreal.
I heard that and I was like, okay, that's cool. Sure.
Right. That's what Batman does. He burns people.
You know what else he does?
If that was like a
he has a woman every night. I saw her in that bed.
Mm-hmm.
Like what were you
saying, Scott?
I said I could understand them doing that if that was like from his past where he was first starting off and it was something he tried.
Oh God.
In fact, that was like the modern day thing.
It is such shit.
You know what else Batman does? If he's about to kill you with a spear, with his foot on your throat. Remember, kids, just say that your mother's name is Martha, and you'll.
And the funniest shit is that Deadpool and Spider-Man go see a fucking movie. And they watch that movie. That was great. Martha, 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 Martha.
You know, that's what the Joker should do in the next Batman movie.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like
what's
Batman
worse?
beating
What's
him, like,
worse, Chris?
mercilessly beating him, and he should go, my mother's name was Martha, too. Like, why did you say that name? And
Chris,
then they'll be best friends.
Chris, what's worse, though? The mother being named Martha or friggin' Mr. Fantastic giving Dr. Doom a nose and he's a good guy saving the Earth?
That's worse.
Thank you. That's what I have to say. Secret Wars.
We have less than a minute, so.
That's it. All right. Take care. Bye for now.